right. Hey, I'm out here with Principal Crayton, and I've got this zoomed in. I'm more than 6 feet away from him, and we're outdoors. So he's giving us a rundown of the fields out here, and we're in front of the football stadium. And we were talking about the fact that you can fit 2,200 folks on the home side and about 900 on the passenger side, on the visitor side.
Correct. And then right behind the visitor side will be your soccer field, lacrosse field. However we want to figure out all the, the practice space and whatnot would all be back there. You can see there's also bleachers on that field as well.
All right.
For fans. So if you scroll, pan to your left, you can see the netting, which will hopefully keep balls from going into that huge drop down there.
Right.
The retaining wall. Nonetheless, we'll still have a gator and golf cart if we had to get down there. And then right behind you is a huge practice field, which right now is a gigantic mud pit. But ideally, once they get everything set up, that will be additional field space for us.
Because you mentioned that they're going to be able to put drainage in there.
Correct.
To be able to accommodate.
Will be taken care of. So ideally, that will be the case, and if not, we'll work through it.
Now, is that going to be one field or two fields?
More than likely, be one field. Ideally, this would also be the PE field for the PE classes.
Oh, okay.
There as well. So here, we've talked about the one field there and then the stadium. So behind there, where you see the concrete blocks, that's where the waste treatment area is all back there.
All right.
I'm not up to par or up to snuff on that, so I'd rather not talk about it simply because I'm still learning that process. But essentially, that is back there. This place has 200 and some odd wells in it, and a lot of that is processed, throughout the campus.
Right.
So going back towards this way, you will see behind the home stands, you can semi-see, you can see the fences. You got the baseball and softball fields.
All right.
Each of those have their own press boxes, just like the football stadium. Behind the football stadium, in between the two baseball and softball fields, you also got concession stand and storage areas and bathrooms.
Okay, so that concession stand will also be used for baseball and softball. It's not
for all sports.
Because right where it's centrally located.
Correct.
And one of the things you mentioned when we first came in here is that there is one main entranceway for all the sports facilities.
Right. So if you look to your pan to your right, where that orange stick is, that's where everybody will be able to come in. There'll be a table set up there. And one day, more than likely, we'll have some type of ticket booth with a cover on it for people as well. But the idea is for everybody to come in one spot versus, the baseball field you pay over there, softball you pay over here, et cetera, all is in one spot. And then, let's see, then you got the tennis courts to your right, and it looks like will be 6 nets set up over there. The line and the painting of the courts have not taken place yet, but that will happen soon enough.
So this whole campus is located in 75 acres, is that correct?
That sounds about right, yep.
All right, so there's plenty of room. As you mentioned, the building itself can be expanded to accommodate up to 1,400 from 1,200. And you've got all your facilities, sports facilities, all located out here. And we took a look at inside where all your dressing rooms and prep rooms are, so that the athletes can easily go from there out to here. Right. Now, if someone's coming out here to play, a visitor team's coming out to play football, are they going to be in the same area, or are they going to be?
Yeah, so there'll be a home side and a visitor side.
Okay.
So if you remember, we talked about, it was actually saying women's locker room and men's locker room, but more than likely the way we would do it is, home team for football game would be on one side, visitors on the other, just for the football games. So if you want to pan real quick to the back, again, if you remember, you got the loading dock and you got the dining straight ahead.
Right.
And then, if you recall, on this side we got the gym and athletics, and then the far side is the athletic wing. So you can see how it all comes together. Again, this is all the student parking, but this will also be fan parking set up through there. Left-hand side again was the buses, and then right is the exit out of the, I mean, you can exit both sides, but more people will probably exit out that way after a game.
Yeah, there was a question concerning safety traffic patterns, but that's already worked out because when I drove in here, there's actually, you've got arrows on the road telling you which way to go, and I think one way's in and one way's out.
Correct. And we'll explain those processes more clearly as we get closer to the school year and as we finalize those aspects.
Well, Principal Crayton, I think we're going to finish up here. We're finishing up outdoors, but folks, we've got lots of video. Take an opportunity, take a look at it. We'll have some transcriptions off of that. We'll be posting both on Facebook and on the Chatham Journal website. This hopefully will give you more ideas. The other thing is, Principal Crayton has said he expects there will be more questions. He can't answer the question as to what the logo and mascot is right now, but that he knows there's more questions coming up, and maybe he'll invite us back out for another opportunity for him to give us a little bit more information on what's going on Seaforth Road here at the new high school. Principal Crayton, thank you so much.
Thank you.